and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the three, and I think it was a smart move.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
On 2nd down, this is Edmonds. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Edmonds. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
They'll run on 1st down, Edmonds. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Off play action. Newton. That's out to the flat for Edmonds. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Play action. It's Newton. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And listen, these Thursday night games, they're tough on the body. You just played on Sunday, 72 hours later, hey, it's game day again. But I have to think a Thursday night game in September much more preferable than a Thursday nighter in December, no?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. You mentioned how tough it is on the body. How about the mind? You're already tired, fatigued, right? Trying to battle for playoff spots. And here you have the quick turnaround. Now, the flip side is, if you take care of business, win that Thursday nighter, you go into a mini open week. Gives you a few extra days to heal up the body and the mind before you play your next game.
And now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
And that's a nice throw right there. And I'll tell you what I've seen in recent times and actually watched a presentation in the offseason from a college offensive coordinator that showed about 10 different drills that he runs with his quarterbacks to show them how to get out of the pocket, how to get comfortable when they're doing so, and to make plays under that type of duress. That's an example of what we're seeing the colleges deliver to the NFL.
On first down, here's Mond. Going deep downfield for Ross. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. John Ross hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
20.
On the handoff, it's Edmonds. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go. Give to Edmonds. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. False start there. That will set the offense back 5 yards.
Brandon, the lineman certainly flinched there before the snap. A good call.
Mond looks to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Now Mond. Here's a diving catch right side. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Now the question, what do you do here? Time not really an issue. You got over a minute, but you figure from this spot you'd need a good 50, 60 yards to even consider a field goal try.
Yeah, so there's optimism there, but there's also a little bit of restraint, right? You got to make sure you don't take a sack here. Don't end up in the end zone. Ball gets stripped. You could give up 2 points in that occasion, or maybe even 6 if you can't get on it and recover it yourself. So make sure you protect the guy throwing the football if indeed that's the plan of attack.
On 2nd and 10, Newton. He'll swing that out to Edmonds. And a gain of about 4 here moves this from the 6 up to the 10. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. The throw for Claypool is intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. He's at the 40. 20. 10. 5. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead? Not so fast. That pick 6 really changes the complexion, probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now, probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted.
Picked off at the 39.
And he's going to have a first down, and they get into field goal range here at the 29.
He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. And that is incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger point. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Newton to throw. And the catch made by Johnson. Oh, look at the juke. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. Dancing to his left. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. Boswell's kick is good. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And ready to get the party started for the 2nd half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Working with a 2nd and 4.
They fake the give. Newton. Here's Johnson with a reception. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Running left, here's Edmonds. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
From the 39, Newton.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Harrison Smith. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now it's the backup Cousins. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Here's Mond.
Being chased out left. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Cameron Sutton.
And the Steelers are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. On first down, Edmonds. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
47 yards on the ground for him so far.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Again, they run with Edmonds, and he'll get it down here to the 43.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
This one caught out wide by Landry.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. It's going to be a jet sweep. Newton bats it forward.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down, a nice, consistent gain.
They'll run on first down. Edmonds. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Newton. Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Newton. And he fires one, but incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
And Boswell has this one going left, no good. He missed it left, and we will remain tied here in this 3rd quarter. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Try to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Come on, good to throw it. That's complete to his running back, Jefferson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. A quick throw now complete to Ross. And some space here. And finally out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4. A big play there on the catch and run.
when they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Cook. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. Again, it's Cook. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. Well, they tried to catch him by surprise, I think, there with that little pop pass on 3rd down, but no luck.
You're right about no luck, but I did like the idea. I like the thought process. Make an unconventional call on 3rd down sometimes. It can pop big. In this case, it didn't.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so.
Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. On 1st down, Newton. Forced out to his left. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at about the 31. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. 54 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
But they didn't accomplish that goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another 1st down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. Eluding the pressure right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, Defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Third down from the gun, it's Mond. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. The kick by Joseph is good. And that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
On a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Yeah, they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. It'll be Edmonds to begin the drive. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off around the 37. And the Vikings have just about sewn up this football game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand. I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. That one looks like he'll throw here. Flushed out right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Steps away to his left. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a first down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fields this way up at the 17. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
That one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Throwing is Newton.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this, when I think the part of their plan was to hit him over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
Now Newton.
Flush to his right. Cam wisely hitting the deck at the end as he slides and has the first as well. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
Newton's throw complete there to Johnson.
And he's taken down inside the 30. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
Cam to throw.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. One last throw here for Newton. And that is caught off the back judge right there to say incomplete. So the final seconds have ticked away.